Maybe do a three-way high five.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's not.
Didn't love it.
Don't include
Didn't love
that.
it. Won't do it again.
Hey, this is Eve with PT Biz. We're here visiting Made to Move in downtown Charleston. Ethos Gym, one of the best gyms I've seen in a long time. This place is near and dear to my heart because this is the practice that I started. Come on in, meet Hannah and Elliot. It's gonna be great. All right, I am super excited to talk to Hannah and Elliot from Made to Move. We're gonna really discuss the story and evolution of Made to Move. We visited the DI clinic earlier, got a little bit of my story in the beginning, and I now wanna highlight them and the transition that we've made. So we're gonna start and get right into it. So I'm gonna talk to Hannah first, all right? You wanted to be in Cash PT for a long time. I think it's cool that you were actually a patient of mine way back when, right? And then we're gonna start a gym, then we're an employee, and now you own Made to Move. It's just a lot to dig in there. So let's see it from Hannah's perspective.
So I started as a patient with you, and that's what really like opened my eyes to the fact that like this was a thing. And that's when I was like, oh, maybe I do want to be a PT. And then I did a rotation with you, and I was like, oh shit, nothing matters. I actually hate PT. Eventually became your first female hire ever, which is funny because now we're like all women and Elliot. But I was just obsessed. Like I was so obsessed with what Made to Move did, and I was so obsessed with the results that you got and the lives that you changed that I was, extremely competitive, if you didn't know that about me, with the person that I was dating at the time who started a practice very similarly because he also, said like to hell with the system, I want to do it on my own. And I remember feeling very, very torn, but I also remember being like, Nick, Made to Move till I die. Yeah. And I would come to the meetings and be like, well, Elliot's doing this, so like we should do this, or like that's dumb. And I also, I'd always been probably very blunt with you about like I wanted to lead, I wanted to own, like I wanted something more, but I was really willing to do like whatever. And then one day, it was like at my birthday dinner, Elliot was like, what if we merged? And I was like, ha. And then I was like, oh God, what if we merged? And when we brought it to you, I thought it was so funny. You were like, I've just been waiting for you to bring it up. But it was like when it was offered to us, I just remember us being like, there's literally no other option. Like this is what we've wanted. We just thought it was gonna be, in 5 to 10 years, but we had it then. So it was like, we have to take it now.
I think it's funny because, we've talked about this before, but I was never into the cash-based or anything like that until I met Hannah, or until like I really started to get to know Hannah. And so she was really the reason why I even got introduced to all of this. And so, I remember asking her questions because I knew she had a rotation with you. And so I just tried to pick her brain. And she was like, oh, like, I don't know, like you should listen to Danny Matei's podcast. And so I was like, all right, cool. Listen to it. And I'm like, dang, this is pretty cool. Cause like Hannah, I was pretty discouraged too. Like we had gone on our first rotation and I was like, this kind of sucks. Like, I don't know if I want to do this for the rest of my life. Right. So then I explored about like, so I actually started a business before that, that I actually came and asked you about. It basically was a business that went and programs for local high schools and their sports teams. And so I was like, maybe I'll just do that. Like, I can do that. And then after a while, it made so much sense to explore the cash-based route. So for my last rotation, I actually had a rotation in Cleveland, but I dropped it and I basically begged Andrew Millett to take me on as a student. And he did, and so then I was up there at Cressy and then learned a lot about cash-based, just kind of like hands-on. He did PT everywhere, so that was super helpful. And then just, thinking like, okay, we come back to Charleston, COVID, all of that. We graduated and I was like, okay, well, shoot, man, like I really want to do this cash-based thing. My girlfriend got the job of her dreams. And I'm like, well, like I can't, like they're not going to hire 2 people. So like, I'll just go kick rocks. And then what happened was, so like y'all were over there on Daniel Island in Somerville. And so I was like, I'm just going to go as far away geographically as I possibly can. So I basically went to James Island and I knocked on a bunch of gym doors and tried to meet a bunch of gym owners saying, hey, I'm just a kid trying to, like, please let me put a table in your space. Yeah. I'll try to keep your members healthy. And I eventually had a gym owner, his name's Joey, say yes. And that's when I started my clinic, Prime Performance Rehab. And so that was in 2020.
And so I just remember us being in a brewery, just like hashing out how this is all going to work. And then me talking to Danny and Ediso, told y'all this story. She's like, what if you sold it? I was like, what if I sold it?
Yeah.
Right. And I was kind of nervous to bring it up because I didn't know like that could have ended or would have been worse. Right. And then, man, it just ended up working exactly how it was supposed to work, which was so cool.
I remember I called you and I was like, hey, I'm willing to do whatever it takes and I want all of this. And like, just so you know, like I want us to have it all. And you're like, well, I got some clarity, let's talk. I was like, shit, I messed up. And we're gonna break up. And when you said it, we were like, oh.
Yeah, 'cause it was kind of like a serious, because I couldn't tell you. Yeah. I want to tell you in person, so we need to talk.
Right.
Yeah, and then we
need to talk. And like, you know how I feel about that 3 days.
I don't do that anymore. Yeah. That I can't say that anymore.
I was like, oh, we're breaking up. I'm gonna have to go work for my boyfriend now. Like, this is gonna be horrible.
Yeah.
And here we are.
It's been probably the most potent vehicle for my personal growth, and I know for Hannah's personal growth. Like, I think the one thing I could take away from these last 3 years is just how much I have grown and how much we have grown as people, as leaders. Like, I have an immense amount of respect for Hannah, who basically had no experience with business or any sort of, I guess, like running a company. Just coming into this and just having to like learn on the fly, like that's crazy. And for me, like we had to learn, both of us had to learn how to be leaders of our peers so quickly. And that like crucible, like that experience, that has been the most impactful thing of my entire life.
Awesome.
Where Made to Move, I think, is going now is we both have very big dreams of taking this business and really trying to change healthcare with it. We've talked a lot about how to do that, and I think we've failed a lot of different ways, a lot of creative ways along the way. But I think spreading out to more locations and spreading out to different cities, trying to bring as many amazing physical therapists alongside us as we do it, we are trying to prove that we can have a healthcare company that is changing lives and changing lives through relationships, not just the mundane or not just the volume game that you see so much out there. But we are trying to truly say, hey, like we can have a relationship with every patient, and that's what we're trying to do.
Realizing that we can change the game, just like y'all, like for physical therapists too, who were burnt out, who hated it, who like there's so many people that are leaving the profession now. And I think the transition for me, like, not only was I, employee to employer, but also like our relationship, like that was really challenging to now be business partners. And I agree. I think that looking back, I'm like, damn, I really wish we would have made those mistakes, the mistakes that we did make. But I think it's called like the dumb tax. Like, I think that you have to make those mistakes to learn and so you don't make other mistakes. But then also I look at those things like we gained so much resilience from that, that there were times where I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I don't know if I want to do this. Yeah. And like you and Elliot, like being there to be like, no, we can do this. Like, we're sure of this. Like, that confidence has really helped me because I was very insecure about it. And just like, I think I had to grow so much as a leader because I was so afraid of hurting someone else's feelings. Like, I was so afraid of like being the leader that I knew I needed and wanted to be. That was probably the most challenging part of it for me. And then also just like the uncertainty of it all. But I think something else that we don't often remember is like when we started, when we took over, I feel like our roles were completely opposite of what they are now. Like, he was business, he was Canva, he was newsletter, he was finances, he was operations. I was meeting with people. I was meeting with people. I was seeing all the patients. Yeah. And then we were like, wait, what are we doing?
I was like, do you hate this? Because I hate this.
Yeah, I'm like, you're not good at this. I'm not that great at this. Like, we should fully switch. And now it's this full switch.
Yeah. PT Biz and you specifically have been the one thing, the one constant. Like while we had to change, we had to learn, we had to be resilient and learn all these failures. Like you and PT Biz were the constant that kind of kept us grounded. We could always talk to you. We could always go through, okay, objectively, this is what they think we should do. How do we proceed? What are our options? And just being able to like talk through that in the midst of chaos, it's invaluable.
Yeah, exactly. Just being able to like have that constant and also just have I think it's a cool story of obviously you owning PT Biz and then also you owning Made to Move. And it's just like such a full circle, you know? And then we were like, wait, but can you still be a part of this? And I think you were kind of like, wait, I actually want to be a part of this still, which was cool that we like,
I kind of forgot about it.
we took it and then you still wanted it.
Yeah, you were out completely.
Yeah, but we didn't let that happen for long.
Yeah, that was my intention fully. But yeah, I 100% was like, no, I do not. I would like to continue to be a part of this team. It's very important to me. So I'm definitely glad that we have stuff in here right now. So yeah, yes, full circle
For sure.
Awesome. Well, thanks. This was good. It's really good to rehash the story. So appreciate all taking the time.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Go team.
Wait, do a three-way high five.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's not.
Didn't love it.
Don't include that.
We'll do it again.
Hated that.